Morning. I had to work hard to find a spot this morning, but I'm excited to do a test of two Hults Bruk axes that are available today. You can purchase these axes, and they're outstanding. The first is the American Felling Axe, Hults Bruk's American Felling Axe, Dave Canterbury model. Right? It's a 3.5 pound Montreal pattern. That's this pattern, a very classic Hults Bruk pattern. Goes back a long ways. It's got several features here that I really like. It's one of their premium line axes. I'm going to compare it to an Agdor. Right? Also a Hults Bruk axe, a different line, very different aesthetic, as you can tell. Available for a little more affordable price. Same pattern, 3.5 pound Montreal pattern head. And so first of all, let's look at the features of these axes before they give them a go. And I got something kind of special to compare them to. Certainly not the same class, but really cool.
So just for fun, we're going to throw in a special axe I really love. This is an old Hults Bruk cruiser. Western pattern is that pattern there. Cruisers are mini double bits. That's really what they are. It's 2.5 pounds, quite long. They haven't made cruisers in a while. I don't know why. They're a great axe. Very different than the Felling Axe, much lighter, shorter handle, but this is a great one. And one of the fun things you can do with double bit axes is you can grind each bit to a different angle for a different purpose. And in this particular case, I've ground the logo side. Had some damage in it when I got it, so I wanted to preserve as much metal as possible. And I ground a really thick 35-degree root busting angle on that. So the logo end is kind of the root buster. All right, if I'm in trouble and I think there's a knot in there, I might use that just to hack it out. And then the other side, the opposite, is a 27.5-degree, lot sharper, more acute angle. So one of the fun things you can do with double bits is get different performance out of each of the bits. This one has a great, just beautiful mask from Wyoming Axe Works. One of my friends up there made that for that. So I like to take it out, give it a whirl whenever I can.
Let's start with the Ardor Felling Axe here. 3.5 pound Montreal pattern, just like the American Felling Axe on the premium line. 32-inch handle, made out of hickory. Very traditional, beefy kind of carve there. I like it. It could be thin, all right, for those of you who like thin handles. And you can kind of see how Hults Bruk, they do like to mount these high on the shoulder. They do. I've seen that a lot, and the more I see it, it's just a style. Gives you a lot of time to rehang this axe in the future. I don't think it affects performance at all. If you don't like the look, take it off and put it back on. The main difference between this and the American Felling Axe is, of course, the finish. This is a painted finish, and it's very classic for the Agdor line. And if you know anything about Agdors, these go way back. It's not another brand. It's not like it's not some other company. This is a sub-brand of Hults Bruk. It goes way back, even I think before World War II. So there's nothing wrong with an Agdor. It's kind of the centerpiece of their line. And the other main design feature is different from the American Felling Axe is the bevel geometry. So if you're into axes, the bevel geometry is a pretty big deal. It can really affect performance, and that's one of the things we're going to test today. Really, is the main difference between these two axes is the handle design and the bevel geometry. The Agdor has a convex bevel. All right, it does not come with the flat or Scandi grind that the premium axes do. And so this one came from the factory. I think it was 32.5 degrees inclusive angle. That's the edge angle. It's very typical of a axe coming from a factory. 30 degrees, 32 degrees, and that's pretty good. I mean, that's a classic conservative angle for an axe. So what I did is I finished it down, maintained the convex geometry to 30 degrees using a 1x30-inch belt grinder. And I hope to do some videos to show you how to do that. It does not take the temper out. It's a great quick way to sharpen convex bevels. So, all right, I'm really looking forward to swinging this. But even more so, I'm looking forward to swinging this. This is the Dave Canterbury American Felling Axe. All right, you can see it's the same pattern, but this is a premium line axe from Hults Bruk. And it's just gorgeous. And as you can see, there's two big design features that are different, other than, of course, just the forged flake finish. First is the straight handle, 32-inch straight hickory handle. a little different. And the idea here is that a straight handle can control wrist roll better than a curved handle. And I think that's probably true once you get used to it, okay? And so we're gonna see these two heads with the same weight with different handles. It's gonna be fun to feel the difference. So the other big design difference is, of course, the edge geometry. Whereas the Agdor, a lot less price, came with a convex grind. That was, it's a very classic grind. The premium axes come with a 25-degree flat or Scandi grind. Some people call it a chisel grind. So that's just a flat wedge, basically. Kind of like maybe a carving axe or a splitting wedge. It is a very powerful grind. It's harder to do. It's hard to do yourself. I've done it, but it's a lot of work, okay? So it takes more labor to get into it, but it's extremely aggressive at 25 degrees. That's very sharp, a lot sharper than 30 degrees. So you're gonna get more penetration, you're gonna get more splitting action on the fibers of the wood. I have to say, the premium line Hults Bruk axes come with the best factory edge I've yet seen. Better than the other Swedish companies, better than the Basts, better than anyone else. This is the sharpest edge I've ever seen out of the box. It just is perfect. I would be proud to have finished this myself.
So every time I use this axe, I tell myself, I really need some more straight-handled axes. I need to use these more and to see, like, is this really the performance difference I feel? Because it feels very powerful and it does feel accurate. It did. I think it forces your wrist into a different position, and the weight does more work. But there's a lot of other factors involved. But I love it. I love it. It just splits and destroys wood. It really does. A monster axe. I don't know how else to describe it. I'd encourage you to try one. It does a great job. Now I have a tendency to go kind of steep and deep on my cuts, not very wide. I don't know why. I just do. I hate myself maybe. But with the Agdor, with that 30-degree convex grind, just does not split as well. And you'd expect that. Nothing to blame there. It's plenty sharp, but it's just a different geometry. And that Scandi grind does, at least on this softwood, do a great job. Splitting open those fibers and getting a. The Agdor has a much more traditional handle, and it's very comfortable. I think you could thin it quite a bit. But for the price, this is an exceptional axe. It's and you could grind down much more aggressive angle. Then you got the cruiser. The best thing about the cruiser is you get to stop for a minute and swing something really light and cool. That's it. It's just like a rest phase. And so sometimes I'll just stop and I'll just hack out a little bit of wood, with the different sides of it. Just see how the 32 does, see how the 27 does. It's kind of fun. Got a lot more stuck because it's narrow, So there you go, Steve. So I'm an old man, I'm out of shape. I weigh 165 pounds, soaking wet. It's not a power sport for me. It's more about zen and accuracy. And I do my best. Maintain a good pace and try to be really accurate and efficient. And so, in that regard, I do really appreciate the American Felling Axe. It is just a tremendous axe. It does a great job, feels great, and the fatigue I don't think is a factor. And but it's a lot more expensive, so it performs much better than the Agdor. And the Agdor comes at a much lower price. So value to performance is always out there in quality goods. They really are. It's not just sham and marketing. In my experience, with very established brands, you do get what you pay for, right? But that's an individual decision. So still love the Agdor. I'm looking forward to modifying it down to awesomeness. So, and one reason you want to bring a little axe, maybe a little hatchet or something you're not too worried about, is when you get to the bottom of these cuts, I get really nervous. I do not want to send my $200 axe through there and hit a rock. Right, so you chop out the bottom, with the old cruiser. Yeah, probably a bad idea. So I hope you enjoyed this review. These are my honest opinions; they're only my own. And so subscribe to this channel if you want to learn more about axes and be into this, doing more content. Trying to get collectors and stuff. So hit subscribe. I'd appreciate it. I'm gonna try to keep the conversation going. I'm just looking for a community of like-minded people who like axes. That's it. No debates, no drama. Just. All right, if you're into axes, let's talk. So that'd be great. All right. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Have a great one.